stuff, it could still look like,
Man, I should be able to. Uh, yeah, yeah, close. Is that in the share your screen for it? All right, you should be good to go. All right, back. There when it's ready for you. That's some technical difficulties in this one. You're letting me share your phone and top it. All right. This is better. That. All right. Ready to get started now? Yeah, I can hear something. You hear me, bro? So I can hear anything. if you're trying to talk. I hear like background noise, but I can't hear any words. All right, let's do this shit on there. Mhm. And look, look, we're going live. Uh, all right. This only got struck with the questions for we just want to talk about run Hi. Right, what's up, man? Well, you already know what it is. Let's see three the way we're doing this another NFT class, NFT Tuesdays. You know what it is. JoJo can't be here because we're doing what we're doing for. Hopefully you can hear him when the audio is going to be muffled. But you're just gonna go through. I mean, we all kind of, well, I guess not all, but most of us that are tuning into this probably know what an NFT is on some of the token, which probably don't know like some of the lesser known ways to use them. Um, for one of the most important ways is the smart contracts. They're like basically like dynamic legal contracts. So they can literally be used like as legal documentations. They could be contracts. They could be anything. So if it basically is going to use the same principles as the electronic funds transfer act, so it's like a digital signature, which is just the same as like a wedding signature on a contract. So it's just taking that like a step further. Now you can put it into like a token that you can transfer. So it's like a digital bond. Can be pretty cool. Another thing is like you can use the NFTs for like on-chain certifications and things. You know what I'm saying? So you complete like a DeFi course or mastering like a computer skill, and your NFT can be a certification. It's verifiable, and you get like access to your to DAOs and all kinds of shit. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool things we're playing with some of that shit going. And then you got also, supply chain and logistics shit. So they can represent individual goods or shipments, right? So each unit of like a luxury product or pharmaceutical can be paired with a digital like NFT. And so you can use that as like a way to keep up with logistics and sales and shit like that. Another is like you can use it for like access to like digital events and showcases and things like that that you could do like in real life. So it's access control for like in real life and digital events. Rather than you can, instead of having to print out flyers or make a bunch of tickets or anything like that, you can literally just say, hey, whoever has this NFT can show up to this event or purchase this NFT and it gives you access to this event. So that's pretty dope, actually. Probably one of the coolest things and thing that I'm getting into myself right now, researching some of the new creations and ways to use it is the escrow. So you can basically use them like as escrows, and you can use multi-sig for like anything. You know what I'm saying? So an NFT is like an escrow. It can be like an escrow tool. Um, like what basically what that means is like you tokenize like a service agreement or a deliverable, say, for instance. And the payment only releases when both parties sign off via metadata effects or orbits. One that bridges into a decentralized freelancing escrow without a third party and milestone based balance. So it's like a pretty big deal. And if you really kind of understand how that shit works, how escrow works in general. And so, like with an escrow account, we basically setting up a separate account, usually controlled by a third party. Um, and it would say like your mortgage, for instance, like buying a house through a bank with a mortgage. That's all going to be done through escrow. Right? So there's going to be, honestly, really, if you got a mortgage, your house is already paid for when you were at the closing table before you ever signed that contract. I just didn't know that. Everything's done sealed and liquid in an escrow account. And then you sign the contract agreement with the last extra share. But basically, all that can be done now without the use of a third party through smart contracts and NFT. So you can basically, hold escrow accounts, decentralized it in a way. So it's pretty cool, pretty dope. And then you got like DNA and genomics and like health data storage, which is kind of scary, but that is an actual fact and that's a reality. Like that's where we live in now. That's the world we're in. They can literally take DNA, genomes, and basically anything and digitize it and put it into an NFT. So I guess technically you could be an NFT yourself. That's fucking crazy. But then you got fractionalized IP ownership too, which is kind of crazy. That's pretty cool. It represent like a share in an IP, like a song, a book, a screenplay, and token holders could receive royalties automatically. Smart contracts could execute the splits, but like a music artist could fractionalize future earnings for like early fans who buy an NFT when royalty slices. That's pretty fucking dope. We're actually incorporating that in more shit too. And then you also got fucking using NFTs as collateral. Right, so you can use NFTs as collateral. for learning. Like I do that shit all the time. This Johnson, he's on some difficulties. And then another thing is like it can be used as like a personal identity layer for like Web3, right? So it can sign in. It can be used to sign into apps. It can hold your preferences. It can hold social graph, on-chain reputation too. Like really does. That's pretty cool. Um, Another thing, you literally can have like self-destructing content within it. You can have like timed unlock, that way literally you sell an NFT, but you still have to hold it or it doesn't unlock until a certain time. There's like a lot of stuff you can do within there's like unlimited possibilities. Pretty crazy. Me and Josh was speaking, listen, get on here and share the damn screen. He was talking about he was had a pretty brilliant idea somehow about using it in the schools. I didn't really get to catch the whole gist of it because Zoom always fucks with our transmissions. I guess you could use it as like dynamic NFT portfolios that reflect the investor's real-time ROI. That'd be cool. Oh, Right. Right. Hmm.